Baz Luhrmann, the guy behind the 2013 version of The Great Gatsby, has made a film about the great singer Elvis Presley. Now, I have had the fortune of paying $20 to rent this film, to watch it in the comfort of my own home. Was this $20 worth the price? No. No, it was not. Now, I have a big problem with the director Baz Luhrmann, the guy behind the 2013 version of The Great Gatsby. I have a big problem with him. I don't necessarily like his style. It's just so much. My biggest problem with the 2013 version of The Great Gatsby, directed by Baz Luhrmann, is the pacing. I don't like the pacing of that film. It feels like I'm just being dragged through the story and against my will, and I don't necessarily pick up on what's going on. I don't have a chance to breathe. My brain cannot physically, that's a big word, physically handle the style and pacing of Baz Luhrmann. It's like I'm a garbage bag on garbage day. I'm being thrown out, you know? I don't have a say. I'm just thrown out. I'm just thrown through the story of The Great Gatsby. That's what the 2013 version of The Great Gatsby, directed by Baz Luhrmann, was like for me. And now, the Elvis movie from this year. People say it's a good movie. And I mean, I commend Austin Butler for his amazing performance. You know, that's not an easy task to do. You know, there's a lot of movements, gyrating, a lot of that when you're, you have the task of being Elvis Presley. You know, that's not an easy task to do. So I absolutely admired his performance. But, yeah, I don't like the pacing of this film. The first hour is so hard to watch. It's moving at the speed of light. You can't keep up with it. And the second I clicked, play on the movie, it's just you're thrown in there. You're just thrown into the movie, and I literally, the first 1 minute, I thought it was a trailer. That's how it was edited. The editing of the first hour of the film is very weird. Very, very weird. I don't know what style they're going for, but it's just the film is so inconsistent because they use these little graphics, haha, we're little graphics. So then, the time, the place, who these people are, and that's cute and all, but they drop that midway through the film. So I don't know why they tried introducing this cute little graphic gimmick. It doesn't work. The film is narrated by Tom Hanks' character, Colonel Tom Parker, which I don't have a problem with, but the first 5 minutes is very strange because he's narrating, and they do this thing where, some of the words he says, it pops up on screen, he says, he was a big star, and then there's a sign that says big star, and I'm like, what? You don't need, do you think I'm that stupid to not know how to hear things? I mean, I don't, there's captions. I don't need to see these words. Very strange. Another thing that bugged me about the film was the camera movement. There's these shots where it wouldn't stop moving. And I understand, you want to move the camera to make the scene more exciting, more engaging. But you can't keep having those shots all at once. You need to spread them out throughout the film so then it's consistent. It's just so like my it so overwhelming to me. It makes the first hour of the film overwhelming. I understand it's a biopic and you can't fit everything in it, but you need to set up your characters so then we actually understand them and we actually, want to see them succeed. Like we're kind of just thrown into, oh, here's Elvis. Oh, okay. I guess he's the protagonist. Like we don't necessarily have like, oh, well, hello, my name is Elvis. We don't have that in the film. It's not they don't set up his character like that, which is very disappointing. And a big disappointment for me is that the scene with Colonel Tom Parker on the Ferris wheel talking to Elvis, like that whole scene is basically, he's like, oh, let's make a deal. I'm gonna be your manager, and Elvis is like, okay, like that's a very pivotal part of the film. It should be because the whole film revolves around, Colonel Tom Parker's influence on Elvis's career. That's basically what the film is about. And it's like we're shoved in there and then it happens and then we're like, okay, and then we move on. It feels so rushed because Colonel Tom Parker is like trying to track down Elvis. He's following him to whatever. I want him. I want this. He's my talent. I need him. That's basically what he's trying to do.
And I knew if I could find such an act, I could create the greatest show on Earth.
And then somehow he's able to get Elvis to agree, and I'm like, okay, that was quick. I feel like there needs to be more development because that seems like a very important part of the film. Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking about this scene and let's move on from here. Another gripe I have is some of the choices they made. Like, well, who decided to put rap music in an Elvis movie?
Kids all over town are playing it everywhere I go.
I might be biased because I don't like rap music particularly, but I mean, it just makes no sense. You're making a film about Elvis, and I'm not saying you need Elvis's music in the whole entire film, but at least have something that's period accurate. I understand that Baz Luhrmann's trying to be hip with the kids, trying to appeal to all audiences, trying to, oh, hey, how about everyone can grow to like Elvis? Like, yeah, that's a cool concept and all, but like, what's the point in having rap music in an Elvis movie? That's just a stupid decision. It's stupid. Yeah, so that's basically my other gripe I have. And once I passed the 1 hour point, it was actually an okay movie. I mean, I didn't necessarily think it was the best, but I mean, it was a movie, I guess. But the one thing I like about the rest of the film is that it's actually consistent and it's not moving at the speed of light. Believe it or not, it actually settles down for the rest of the film, so you have time to breathe and be fully invested in what's going on and understand the story. And yeah, one scene that did stand out for me that I thought, I got a chuckle, I got a chuckle out of, was the scene where they're doing the Christmas special, and Colonel Tom Parker's like, but where is Here Comes Santa Claus?
Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane.
And then Elvis is just like singing his heart out on whatever song he's singing, and they're about to be sued, and yeah, it's really funny stuff. But that's basically the only scene that stood out to me. Everything else was just all right. I'd give the Elvis movie like a 1.5 out of 5 stars. It's it's a movie. I don't like the first hour of it, and I most likely will never rewatch this film again for the sake of my health. So anywho, thank you for watching my long and very time consuming review of Baz Luhrmann's Elvis movie. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But comment about nice things, please. I don't want any hate comments. I wouldn't like that.